Going back to our top story. In a televised address, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to destroy Hamas as the army prepares for an expected ground invasion of the Gaza Strip. Israel's military said that it conducted wide-scale strikes throughout the Gaza Strip overnight. Gaza's health ministry said today that more than 2,200 people have been killed in the territory. That number includes 724 children. The Hamas attack in Israel killed more than 1,300 Israelis, most of them civilians. Roughly 1,500 Hamas militants were killed in that assault. This is according to the Israeli government. 150 people were taken hostage, including soldiers and civilians, women and children. Their fate remains unclear. And for more on that and the war overseas, we're joined live right now by CP24's Jamie Goodfriend. Jamie.
Thank you, Bakari. Here at CP24, we've been doing our best to tell the personal stories on both sides of this conflict, the individuals, the innocent civilians who are affected by this war. We've been talking about the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, but it's important that we also remind our viewers that there are over 150 hostages, elderly men, women, children, and babies that are being held captive by Hamas, which is a globally recognized terror group by Canada, the U.S., and several Western nations. Right now, I want to bring in Ofri Levy, her brother Yarden, his wife Shiri, their children Ariel, 4 years old, and Kafir, 9 months old, and Shiri's parents were kidnapped last week in the terror attack that was launched by Hamas. Ofri, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. Tell us, when was the last time you spoke with your brother, and from what you know, what happened?
So the last time I heard from my brother was just a week ago on Saturday. At 6:30 in the morning, he told us in the family group, the WhatsApp family group, that they are going inside the safe room in their house, something we were used to. We thought, again, it just was another bombing attack. Quickly, we realized it was something in a different scale. He wrote to us that he can hear gunshots outside their house, Arab screaming in Arabic. He was really, really scared. He wrote to me that he's terrified. He had his personal gun, but he said, I have a gun, but they are with automatic weapons. So I'm really, really scared. I wrote to them, please be quiet, so nobody outside could hear that they were inside the safe room. Sorry. Around 9:30, he sent to me and to my mother and to my father. He told us, he wrote to us, I love you. And about 15 minutes later, he wrote, they are going inside. He meant they were coming inside his house. And ever since 9:45 a week ago, we didn't hear anything. We don't know where they are. We don't know if they are hurt. We don't know anything about them, only that they were taken to Gaza.
Ofri, this is 3 generations of your family that is held captive. I know this is a silly question, but how are you holding up? How is your family holding up during this time?
We're tired. We're very worried. We're very scared. Feeling really helpless. Just keep thinking about them, seeing the images of them, the kidnap video, and my brother's been taking photos, just keep flashing in front of my eyes all day long, all night long. I hear also from everybody else. They are not the only people I know. I don't think there's one Israeli now that doesn't know a person who is being killed, kidnapped, or missing at this point. Mm-hmm. It's really affecting everybody.
Ofri.
And I'm just thinking, fear the young baby is only 9 months old. It's been a week. I don't know if he ate anything. I don't know if they have enough clothes, are they cold, are they warm, are they hurting them? We heard so many horrific things that Hamas did during the attack. So I really try not to go there, and hopefully they are worth to the Hamas more alive than dead. That's my only hope. That's what keeps me going.
Ofri, your country has been no stranger to security threats pretty much since the day it was formed, and even going back thousands of years, the threats to the Jewish existence. What made last week's terror attack different, and how do you think this is going to change the country and the stability in the region?
I think just the brutality of the things, the fact that it was aimed directly at civilians, with no difference if it was a man, a woman, an elderly, a child, a baby. They did things that a few years ago the world was shocked when we saw ISIS do things, similar things. The world was going insane about it, and it's time for them to realize that similar things are happening right now here in Israel. And I've grown up in Israel my whole life. I know what I went through: bombing in buses. I went through being scared walking in the street for somebody to run me over with a car or stab me with a knife. I've been through everything. But right now, people in Israel are so scared. We're scared for our lives. We're scared for what is going to happen here. The day after, we can't even imagine what it's going to be like the day after. Israel is bleeding. Israel is post-traumatic right now. Children and families went through things that you can't even imagine in your worst nightmare. A person can't imagine his family going through this. Mm-hmm. Entire families were just brutally killed or burned alive. Entire communities were wiped out. It's things that we know from history. We never believed this could happen in 2023.
And
never.
And last question, Ofri, because we have to end this, is a difficult question, but I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. It's been a week since this terror attack, since the world saw what Hamas did to Israeli civilians, the burning of bodies, decapitating, reports of kids being decapitated, rapes, murders, entire families wiped out. Within 24 hours of that horrific attack, we saw celebrations take place all throughout the world, including right here in Toronto. Thousands of people taking to the streets with joy and glee, celebrating this massacre. I'm wondering, as an Israeli living in Israel, what is your reaction to seeing this kind of celebration of this massacre happening around the world?
It's the most scary thing, because I think, okay, it's happened here in Israel, the place where I felt the most safe. Now I can't feel safe anywhere in the world, and I think people have to realize that it's not just the Jews that are not safe. This is an Islamic terrorist group who just don't have any value for life and can hurt anybody anywhere. It's not against the Israeli, it's not against the Jews, it's not because they want to do good with the Palestinians. It's just a terrorist, radical movement, and somebody has to put a stop to it. Because otherwise, I don't think anybody should feel safe anywhere. Not just us here in Israel. They can be anywhere.
Ofri Levy, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for telling your story. We wish nothing but the safe return of your family and peace for both Jews, Israelis, and Palestinians. Thank you. We wish you well. And be safe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.